Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to Sam and Max Season 3, Episode 4. Let us continue the game.
The white zone is for the loading and unloading of
We've
protein
ended up in this clone facility, it seems like. And a clone stole my hat. Let's examine the important cloning Bosco tech, it said.
Max, look! Bosco Tech Clone Pod. This clone pod was manufactured by Mama Bosco.
You probably should have guessed by the hot pants they're wearing. Mama sure does love a nicely turned Samgam.
If Mama Bosco's the one controlling these clones, she's got a lot of explaining to do.
I suspect it's probably not. Let's check out the status display. I bet Mama Bosco's
Cloning
not
facility
involved.
status.
Huh. You'd think a multi-bazillion-dollar facility like this could afford something a little snazzier than a chintzy scrolly sign.
So, we've got to, I assume, screw up the cloning facility. Box of stuff. Is that the way back to Stinky's? I bet it is. Now it seems like the way to several locations.
What is it?
A fog machine? A rubber costume? Some more AV equipment like we found back in the subway?
Freaky. Anything useful?
Nope.
So we didn't pick up any of those items. Alright. Is there anything? Heat up lunch in microwave
cloning
ovens.
techs operating at 98 point.
These microwaves aren't working.
Some Nimrod probably blew the fuse when he tried to zap his leftover casserole and cup o' bisque in 2 different microwaves at the same time. We're in the middle of an energy crisis, people!
Let's check out the kitchenette. So what's
Nice
cool
kitchenette.
about
You gotta
the
love a
name
mastermind
Nimrod
who keeps the coffee flowing.
is Nimrod is a Looney Tunes reference from a really old Bugs Bunny cartoon, which Bugs Bunny called Elmer Fudd Nimrod. And everybody thought it was a reference to somebody that was
In the
unintelligent.
unlikely event of a
And
firestorm, the clone chamber's salad bar will remain open.
Nobody got that it actually was a reference to how Elmer Fudd, I believe, was decorated at the time. He was wearing like golden armor and a spear, and that was supposed to be the reference that he looked like this famous literary character, and not so famous actually literary character, because I can't even tell you where Nimrod is from. So with that one cartoon, the phrase and what Nimrod means changed to mean dumb when it didn't before. Cloning cooking controls. Let's mess them up.
Clone cooker DNA input receptacle.
Yikes!
Looks like our mysterious clone master doesn't want anyone messing with their cloning recipe.
Well, so we can't mess with it until we can get rid of that. But last episode we had those tentacles show up and it didn't change any. We didn't do anything to get rid of them. It seems kind of lazy. Look closely at the control platform. Examine the coffee
Is
mug.
that a coffee mug?
Yes, and unless my rarely utilized razor-sharp senses are wrong, it's full of herbal tea.
Ugh, what kind of laid-back monster sips soothing tea from faraway places while commanding armies of Sam clones?
Examine the microphone.
There's probably a way to make this microphone work for us, but how?
Let's see. Hand-shaped
I
device.
wonder what that glowing hand does.
You have what you want. Now give them the air.
And what else can we use? Well, let's see. We've got a gun. We could try to shoot the microphone. Microphone is now broken.
There's probably a way to make this microphone work for us, but how?
Let's go ahead and shoot the coffee mug too.
Hey Max, think we can hit that coffee cup from down here?
Only if our arms get really big.
With bullets, Chowderhead.
Oh, that's easy. Or maybe not.
That glass is nigh indestructible.
What does nigh mean, Sam?
Means I read too many comic books.
So I don't think we can do anything else there. Like, you have a gun, shoot the cloning pod.
Stand back, Max.
Malfunction in pod 0001. Maintenance requested.
Shoot the status display.
Malfunction detected in clone status unit. Please send technician.
Clone cooking controls.
I'd better not. The way Max's psychic powers are going, I may need to clone him a new body before all this is over.
So it doesn't feel like we're gonna really accomplish anything here. We're gonna have to go some other places. Shoot the microwave ovens.
Well, that'd be a waste of bullets.
Alright. Explore the
Check it out,
well-constructed
Max.
tunnel.
Cart tracks.
Maybe there's gold at the end of this tunnel. Or rare deposits of can't-gettium.
You're a strange little imp, Max.
Can't get him. Load for cutscene.
Are we there yet? We've been walking for nearly a decameter.
I love your wacky made-up units of measurement, Max. Wait a minute. There's a light up ahead.
Is that magical floating violin?
Bosco Tech?
Shh. Something weird is going on.
Weird by our standards or everyone else's?
Mr. Molman, please concentrate. Without your assistance, we'll never be able to contact Dr. Mama Bosco.
No, we won't. You don't know what you're doing.
Okay, this is weird. So we're in Bosco Tech, which we haven't seen since episode 1. Let's chat up Harry Molman.
Harry, you're alive.
Don't sound so disappointed.
Aw, don't be that way, Harry.
You cheated me out of millions of dollars and trapped me in a killer sauna. How should I be?
Sadder,
When
but
did we
wiser?
put him in a killer sauna?
What do you know about these scary
But dashing.
toe-stealing Sams?
Nothing.
You sure you want to stick with that answer?
Yeah, isn't that your tunnel that connects directly to the big old cloning facility?
That old thing? I haven't been down there in months. After Mama Bosco started using it to store crate loads of high-tech equipment, it kinda lost its rustic charm.
Think he's telling the truth?
Probably. Harry doesn't have the brains, brawn, or all-around competence to pull off a scheme like this.
You know, I am standing right here.
Let's keep down that questioning path.
What sorts of high-tech equipment was Mama Bosco storing in your home?
How should I know? She never tells me anything.
How'd you get out of Skunk Ape's ship?
I'm glad you asked.
Oh yeah,
My
he
incredible
was
adventure
stuck in
began
shit.
when I discovered a small crack in the back of my
On
cell.
second thought, never mind.
What happened to Mama Bosco?
I don't know. When I returned to the lab after my harrowing adventures on Skunkapi's ship, she was acting strange.
Strange?
Yes. She was distracted and wafted about the facility with an agitated nervousness that one would normally associate with a guilty conscience.
You got all that from the way she was wafting?
Well, that, and she gasped, "Oh no, it's all my fault," before she floated out of the building. No one's seen her since.
I wonder if Bosco's gonna make an appearance in this game.
So you don't know where Mama Bosco is?
Not a clue. That's why we're trying to hold a seance, to compel her to return.
Seance, you
What's with the
say?
seance?
Super Dense over there wants to summon Dr. Bosco back to the lab for questioning, but he doesn't know what he's doing.
How so?
It's so obvious that he can't make contact with the spirit realms. I mean, he can't even get in touch with my recently deceased relatives.
Who are your recently deceased dead relatives?
Why don't you tell us about those recently departed relatives?
Sorry, Sam, the memory's too fresh.
Fair enough. Hang in there,
Alright,
Harry.
that's enough
Do
talking
I
to
have a
Harry.
choice?
I suppose there's gonna be something we're gonna learn here to get the seance to work.
Super Ball.
Mr. President, you're alive. I'm overjoyed.
I can tell.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, why aren't you back at the White House keeping that backstabbing Secretary of Health and Human Services away from my Cuban cigars?
I'm here to investigate the rampaging Sam clones and their possible connection to the so-called Devil's Toy Box, sirs.
What a coinkydink. So are we.
Yes, sirs. Quite the coinkydink.
Hey, if you're here and I'm here, who's running the country right now?
I've taken the liberty of installing an amusing bobblehead figurine in the Oval Office. No one seems to have noticed.
A seance? That's not exactly in your bailiwick now, is it?
Okay, I'm just gonna stand right over here until I can shake off the memory of you saying bailiwick.
You are sadly correct, sir. As a medium, I'm more of an extra small. But it's desperately important that we make contact with the missing Dr. Mama Bosco.
Why?
I would think it's obvious, sir. The Sam clones. Her hands are all over them.
Ew.
Figuratively, sir.
Oh, that's better. Are you going to take another shot at summoning Dr. Mama Bosco?
Actually, sirs, I was thinking of leaving it to someone who specializes in weirdness.
Larry King is here?
I think he was talking about us.
Oh.
What happened to Mama Bosco?
I'm not certain, sirs. I came here to investigate reports of illegal cloning activity, only to find Dr. Mama Bosco missing. I'm conducting a seance to bring her in for questioning.
Are they just trying to get rid of his hat? I mean, we're having a conversation here, and I'm just thinking about the fact that he wasn't wearing a hat in the 3rd episode, and he's not really wearing a hat in the 4th episode. I don't know if this is just them doubling down on maybe in the 3rd episode people complained about him not having a hat or what, but I like the hat. I don't want to see him walking around without it.
Do you know anything about these simulacra?
Doppelgangers.
According to the authorities, they're fanning out across the city in search of the remaining toys of power.
Remaining?
Yes, sirs. In the aftermath of the Salmon Mock incident, our crypto scientists estimate that there are only a few hundred TOPs extant, and they're scattered throughout the city.
What will happen once the
Few
Sam
hundred
clones
of them.
gather all the toys?
Nobody knows. A few experts believe that the person who created the clones will use the fully empowered Devil's Toy Box to psychically bring about a golden age of unity and harmony.
That'd be an unexpected twist.
But most of them concur that we'll likely be facing some sort of universal Armageddon scenario in which a horrific beast of unimaginable power reigns over the earth, and the living envy the dead.
Stay loose, Super Ball.
I always do, sirs.
So let's look at the dimensional destabilizer, I guess. There's nothing else to click on. Large scientific device.
Science!
Okay.
I wonder if we'll ever find out what Mama Bosco's dimensional destabilizer does.
It's a device used to coerce a transient resonant integration pattern of the subquantum harmonic vibrational frequencies between this and adjoining dimensional membranes.
I wonder if we'll ever find out what this dimensional destabilizer does.
I hope it makes pie.
Gaze at the monitor screen.
Wow, they're right. The camera really does add 10 pounds.
So those clones have, what, 5 or 6 cameras on them?
So we can take the elevator up here. We can look at the
Grandpa Stinky
grandfather
was
clock.
wrong. It won't be time to boil the haggis for another 3.5 hours. I'm not opening that. The last time we rifled through Mama Bosco's closet of spooky ghost clothes, Max got ectoplasm all over himself.
Painting.
That doesn't even make the top 20 list of creepy things we've seen in the last 2 days.
Let's see. Call for help.
Hey, Max, look. Mama Bosco changed her number.
In the last 24 hours? Huh, being dead must be making her paranoid.
So, impenetrable
What's the deal with
door.
this impenetrable blast door?
We thought it prudent to seal up Mama Bosco's lab until the crisis passes, sirs.
So I think now we could probably teleport to these two areas if we need to. But before we leave, let's use Max's power to read people's minds and see the future. I mean, really, you've got everything you could possibly want here. But why did we lose the No, it's still there. The rhinoplasty. I thought for a second it wasn't there.
Stupid Super Ball can't even contact Uncle Morty, and he's only been dead for a week.
Uncle Morty.
Most people would be frightened to be tethered to an id-driven maniac with increasingly dangerous psychic abilities. But not me. And I'm absolutely not thinking this because Max is reading my mind right now. Really.
I'm afraid the contents of my mind are classified, sirs.
Well, that was odd.
So we can't read any of his minds, alright? We could turn into a toy car, but I don't think that would help right now.
I knew it! It's a miracle!
Wow, when it animated that, it looked like it actually moved him to the desk, then moved him back. Or we make him cry somehow. What else can we use this on? Doesn't look like much. Let's see what happens here. I don't even think I can use it on him. Interesting. He may have become immune to it for this area.
All units, establish a perimeter around Bosco Tech.
Let's see. Bang the gong to begin the seance.
Oh, this is rich. You think that you have the spiritual chops to summon Mama Bosco?
Hey, Sam's got more spiritualism in his pinky than the love child of the Dalai Lama and Mother Teresa.
Actually, I don't think I have a pinky finger, Max.
Let's begin, sirs.
Ghoulies and imps from a Black Sabbath song.
Give us a signal by banging that gong.
I better not shoot Agent Superball. He's the only thing standing between Max and a palace coup.
Stupid 25th Amendment.
Okay, how about this? Coffin-bound specters with bleaching white bones.
Reach out and touch us by ringing our phones.
No, that'd be a waste of bullets. Ghoulies and imps from a Black Sabbath song.
Give us a signal by... Leave? In the middle of a seance? No way, pal.
Oh, tough room. Let's try another one. Float like a liquored-up chimpanzee.
Spirits come out wherever you be.
Harry Molman.
What?
The spirits wish to speak to you.
Oh, do they? And who, pray tell, wants to talk to me?
Uncle Morty.
Your Uncle Morty.
Uncle Morty? Is it you? Talk to me, Uncle Morty. Talk to me.
Yes, your Uncle Morty. He has something important to say. Mortimer Moleman, your nephew is waiting.
He needs a friend now since he's no good at dating.
Hey!
So what are we gonna tell him? Let's
So,
just keep going.
about Uncle Morty.
Stop with the small talk. If this is a real seance, Uncle Morty will tell me the secret he took to his grave.
Mortimer, come out and play.
Stupid Super Ball can't even contact Uncle Morty, and he's only been dead for a week.
Morty M. Moleman, your entrance is queued.
Conquer your stage fright.
I don't think that's gonna work, Max. The rhinoplasty only works on images of inanimate objects.
Yeah, Morty's dead. It doesn't get more inanimate than that.
Yeah, but he wasn't when the picture was taken.
Dang. Now I'll have to find some other way to make this picture talk.
Morty, Morty, oxen free.
So I think what we need to see is like future vision.
I knew it! It's a miracle!
More.
So we're just not
Talk
set.
to us, Morty.
We're just not ready. We're just not ready to do the seance.
The power of Max compel. The spirits have moved on.
Sure they have. I knew you couldn't talk to the dead.
Better luck next time, sirs.
You know, I'm not feeling psychically equipped to pull this off right now. Let's go look around for some more suspects.
Yeah, and I'm glad he said that then, but he really needed to say that before we even started the whole sequence. Because, yeah, that was kind of a waste of time trying to pull that off. Now let's examine the barrels.
Extra virgin protein fluid. They're empty.
Yeah, that's what... as the bishop once... You know what? I got nothing.
Curious dispenser.
Look, Max. Free health, ammo, cupcakes, clues, and enlightenment. Oh, wait. It's empty.
That's like a video game dispenser. So we know where that one goes. This one goes to Stinky's. So let's go here to the patchouli smelling tunnel.
Before your 10,000 clone tune-up.
I wonder what's down this tunnel.
There's only 5 or 6 ways to find out.
Well, let's take the one that doesn't involve explosives or time travel.
Spoil sport.
The loading screen to a cutscene. Cutscenes are supposed to hide loading screens, not add them.
Well, here we are, back in the Museum of Mostly Natural History. And look, Paperweight's office. Maybe he can tell us what's going on with all these Sams.
Well, let's see.
It's a standard security panel, tricked out with hieroglyphics instead of numbers. I wonder what the key code is.
Aha! Rats! I thought for sure it would spell out King Butt.
I think Monsieur Paperweight's key code is going to be a little more sophisticated than that.
You mean more like Emperor Gluteus Maximus?
No, I mean more like something we'll never, ever guess. Ever.
Let's examine the rubbish bin.
A trash can.
My psychic clue sense is tingling.
You know I can't stand looking at you when you dig through garbage.
No time to indulge your delicate sensibilities, Sam. Look!
What is it?
Hey, I just find the clues. And besides, I seem to have temporarily lost my ability to read.
A disturbing side effect of your psychic abilities?
Nah, I just can't be bothered.
So what is this?
It's a letter from our old pal Sal, resigning from his job at the museum.
Should a 6-foot-tall cockroach really be putting himself out on the job market in this economy?
Maybe we should ask him. He left a forwarding number.
Sweet!
So we get that little ring.
Teleportation.
So in theory we could go to Sal's new job, Stinky's Diner, or Stinky's Cell. Or Bosco Tech. So I bet that's going to be helpful in a second. Let's use the future vision. There's a guy in there we saw. Probably Mr. Paperweight. Come on, where is he? Where is our friend? Here he is, Sam. Why would he be dancing into the... Yeah, why would he dance into the area? Let's open the door.
It's locked.
Yeah, but at least there aren't a bicycle of eldritch tentacles guarding it anymore.
I don't think bicycle is the group word for tentacles, Max.
Wait, you fool! Oh, sorry. Oh, it's you.
We've got
Did
some
somebody
questions.
just jump out the
Dr.
window?
Norrington and I could not give 3 rotten figs for
No,
your
it's just,
questions. We've got important work to
Sam
do.
in the
Good
background.
day. But I said good day, sir.
Well, I never.
Alright, so quickly, while he's still here, let's read his mind.
Let's see. Foot, snake, squeaker, squeaker, bird. Done.
We probably should have guessed that one.
Yeah, that was the same code in the second episode.
Still remember the code?
I'll have you know I've got a mind like a steel tramp.
Trap.
Really? Huh. A steel tramp would be a lot more fun in a bum fight.
Don't look at me.
Oh, come on. You're not that ugly.
You don't understand. Human minds aren't equipped to comprehend.
Hey, Sam, there's a guy in here.
Did not see that coming.
I'm impressed. Most humans are driven incurably insane by the mere glimpse of my unspeakable visage.
Yeah, well, no offense, but we get more unspeakable visages in our convention swag.
So you're the mysterious Dr. Norrington?
I am known by many names. Among them, Yog-Sothoth, elder fiend of the dark dimension.
I'm so surprised.
Shocking, true, but not nearly as shocking as the horrific truths I suspect I must now reveal.
Come on. So why were you trying to get the toy box if you were already free?
You and Paperweight seem to know a lot about that devil's toy box that everybody keeps stealing.
The Devil's Toy Box. Ha! You should be so lucky.
What are you talking about?
The toy box is of a power far greater than that of your primitive gods and devils. It is the property of my grandson, Junior.
Junior?
Yes, Junior, the youngest and most horrible of the elder gods. His birthing wail shattered the supercontinent of Pangaea. His first steps sunk the proto-civilizations of Subarctica.
Junior?
In an effort to stop my rampaging grandchild from destroying the Omniverse, I brought many of my precious childhood keepsakes over from the Dark Dimension to keep Junior distracted and entertained, as well as a box to contain their frightening power.
Junior?
Unfortunately, when the elder gods were banished to the Dark Dimension, Junior's toy box was lost during the move. And in the millennia since, he just will not stop whining about it.
Junior?
It's a lot scarier if you've got the requisite complement of larynxes to pronounce it correctly.
Alright, keep telling me about the toy box.
So why have the 1.5 of you been trying to get your hands on the toy box all these years?
To destroy it!
But why? It's got all those cool toys that make my brain tingle and my ears all fuzzy.
The toys of power were never meant for mortal hands. For the sake of all that exists, they must be returned to the toy box and annihilated.
Still more to say about the toy box, it seems.
You're not gonna take my toys, are you?
Not yet. Your chaotic mastery of the toys of power may yet prove useful in defeating the master of these blasphemous portly canines.
There we go. Let's ask about the tentacles.
What do you have to say about all those creepy tentacles we found in the cloning chamber?
Tentacles?
Yeah, like the ones your boy Paperweight summoned in the museum last night.
Cthulhu's wattle!
Ooh, I'm using that.
Only one such as myself can summon the Cilia of Torment. Whoever's controlling your clones must be awash in the forces of the Dark Dimension.
Did you really just say awash?
The only thing that can properly vanquish matter from the Dark Dimension is the Chthonic Destroyer.
Chthonic Destroyer, you say?
What's the Chthonic Destroyer?
Is it pointy?
The Chthonic Destroyer is the ultimate psychic toy. A weapon so terrible that it was once used to drive the Elder Gods themselves back to their home in the Dark Dimension.
Ah, look, that mole man is smiting an army.
Why do we hold on to this?
Sam's got a thing for illuminated manuscripts.
If it will help you find the Chthonic Destroyer, yes, of course.
Thanks. I'll try to keep Max from drawing dirty pictures in the margins. Can the destroyer be used against those tentacles?
The Destroyer is proof against anything from the Dark Dimension. Me, the tentacles, the toy box.
Sam, we gotta get one of these things.
You'll have to find the hidden, giggling realm of skittering ingestion if you wish to find the Destroyer.
Do you know anything about all these handsome brutes that are stealing toys throughout the city?
The clones are meaningless.
And chubby.
Hey!
But if they are truly stealing toys, then their master may be attempting to gather a complete collection of the toys of power.
Electo 1024. Impress your friends.
And destroy the entirety of existence as we know it. You've already borne witness to the damage that can be wrought when the Devil's Toy Box is mostly full. If the box is completely engorged, its power will tear down the walls of reality itself.
We have a lot of conversation here. Let's keep going.
So, aside from tearing apart reality, anything else you think we should know about the Plague of Me?
Only that they should seriously consider a gym membership.
Hold the phone. You're Yog-Sothoth, the world-shattering Elder God?
You look like something my non-existent cat coughed up.
Curb your tongue, rabbit.
No, Paperweight. The Naked One is right. This debased form is a pathetic shadow of my former glory. Long before the dawn of man, my kind was sovereign over this dimension and countless others. We welcome the development of sentient life, drinking deeply from your bottomless wellsprings of terror, and also your succulent hairy flesh.
Ew.
For untold eons, we lapped at the perpetual buffet of your horror and worship, until powerful forces rallied to drive us back to the Dark Dimension.
Forces?
Primitive hybrids somehow impervious to our powers. You know them as mole men.
Get out of here.
Yes, that's exactly what they ordered us to do.
So every time he answers something important, it seems like we get another thing we can use the rhinoplasty on.
You know, it's a lot harder to take you prehistoric Elder Gods seriously, now that I know you were banished by a bunch of mole men.
Scoff if you must, but the mole people were much more powerful before they were genetically marginalized by the cruel twists of evolution.
Just like Uncle Billy.
So, should I call you Yog-Sothoth or Norrington?
Call me Dr. Norrington. When uttered by your mortal tongues, my true name sounds disturbingly like our term for number 2.
You should hear him say nuclear.
Man, we still have stuff to go. We should be ending the episode. And
I didn't see Sal out
it's
there.
It's taking a long
Ah,
time.
yes, poor Sal. He resigned after the incident with General Skunkapi's men.
Any idea where he is now?
I'm sure he left a forwarding number in his resignation letter, but I'm afraid I've lost track of it. I have a lot on my table right now.
Sure you don't know where Sal is?
No, but you're welcome to have a look around.
So we already figured out where Sal was.
So how did gigantic behemoth of an Elder God like you get stuck in panty waist anyway?
Paperweight!
Silence! Several decades ago, Monsieur Paperweight foolishly attempted to summon me to this plane of existence.
Yeah, we, may have heard something about that.
Paperweight's infantile conjurings were doomed to failure, but the uncanny power of your grandsire's brain somehow managed to extrude an infinitesimally tiny fraction of my essence into this dimension. It became fused with Paperweight's unsettlingly hairless and ladylike torso.
We've spent the better part of a century trying to retrieve the toy box and send the great Yog-Sothoth home.
And we would have succeeded last night if you hadn't lost your temper over that slobbering space ape.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so that's what they were trying to do. Alright, good. We're finally done with all the conversation.
Stay put. I'll probably have more questions later.
Your kind always does.
So we've got several things that we can look at and deal with, and we will deal with all of that in the next recording. This one has gone a little long. Still not saying an act or anything, but we're starting the process here that we do to figure out what we're supposed to actually accomplish. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.